Imagine this, guys. Imagine you're out taking a break, scrolling through TikTok just for a few minutes until you go back to doing whatever you're supposed to be doing. And then you see something interesting. There's a promo for your favorite show, but not the way you want it, or at least wanted to receive it from. And there's a bunch of lads clowning on that show and making fun of it. That's how I felt when people were poking fun at the new promo season for 911. Now, if you don't know what it's about, it's kind of self-explanatory. They basically get a bunch of calls. Some of them are wackier than others, I'll admit that. But it's interesting nonetheless. Now, the thing that's infuriating, not infuriating, but it's a wee bit annoying is when they didn't even watch the show and they're already making a bunch of assumptions about it. We got people out here saying, or even people who like minorly watched it, but then didn't really pay attention to much of the plot. Because there's this one guy that I saw, he made a video about it, and he's talking about how 911 lost the plot. And it's saying, oh, the earlier seasons were better than the latest seasons. They're just getting too wacky and all that. But I would say that could not be further from the truth. Why, you may be asking? Well, let me go into a few examples. However, first we need to there's something that we all need to, like some background knowledge. So the format of the 911 show is the premiere, there's something big, then there's something like slightly less big, like some kind of major disaster or such in the last few episodes of the series, of the season. And then it's like that again. Because people are thinking this kind of stuff is happening all the time. And that raises a question. What is the 911 show without all this wacky disasters happening? And what I'm here to tell you is it's still the same and it can still be as successful. Because the story gets into a lot of different aspects, like for example, one person, or at least the main guy Bobby, he's dealing with cancer, and throughout the episodes and seasons, he has to deal with it. And I think at one point yeah, I'm pretty sure he adopts a dog who also has cancer. Now, it's a pretty nice dynamic, and all the people have relationships and they're like interconnected, you see. And when people first see this promo, what do they think? They think it's just gonna be like Prof making wackier and wackier stuff because they have trouble retaining people. Yeah, this doesn't look good. No, no, no. You're telling me I wasted all this terracotta for this to not look good? Bro, what was I talking about? Oh yeah. And another side thing, people are saying, "Oh, what are the LAPD gonna do about this?" And it's not LAPD, it's LAFD. Get it right, people. Just because there's one police in the oh, geez, My ear got the best. I mean, just because there's one person in that's a police, which is Athena, that doesn't mean they're all police. They're firefighters. Get it right. You see that you can't even watch. You know it's promo. But however, the good thing about it is, I think this is all part of 911's creator's plan because you see, kind of, but not entirely similar to the case of what's the place called? You know that Sonic movie and how they had a really horrible design for the Sonic and they got so much backlash they changed it. Some people are thinking that it was intentional, and some people are saying that it wasn't because they already put so much work in. There's also this trend of characters being overly realistic for movies, live action movies, but that's not the point. I think 911 did this on purpose, and they acted because I know the show. I know these actors are really good at acting, and you can really tell. So I think they either they were told to do this on purpose so people are going to be clowning on it to then giving them more promo because I never knew there was going to be a new season until people are clowning on it. So it's actually working, and it's even reaching people who never even watched the show. And of course, that's going to be leading to a question like, oh, is all bad promo good promo? Question mark. And I think it may be, or at least in this case, it's successful. But the thing that rubs me the wrong way is when people are just making blind assumptions without even giving it a shot. But I'll admit it is funny. Like when I see the memes about it, like next they're gonna be facing Galactus, and up next they're gonna be facing like a world-ending meteor. And I'll admit it's funny. It's giving me a good chuckle, especially seeing Athena, the face like plopped on the. You know that scene where Mark and Conquest like are about to clash? It slaps Athena's face onto Mark's face, and it looks like so goofy and funny. And I don't know if I could find the picture, but hopefully I can and can put it here. You know, I'm going back to trying it. Maybe the second time's the charm. Oh yeah, going back to the criticism thing. So the person made the criticism of, oh, it's lost the plot. Like they're just relying on these wacky stuff from to happening to get viewership. And here is how I would respond to that. You're telling me the season 5 premiere, the premiere was a massive citywide hacker attack leading to a blackout and the gates opening a bunch of zoo animals to escape. In season 3, a tsunami caused by an underwater earthquake. In season. Wait. No, yeah, that was season 3. Did I say season 3? Hopefully I said season 3. In season 8 premiere, a truckload of 22 million killer bees tipped over and now they escaped. And then one of the main guys called it a bee NATO. I mean, for the first few seconds, it did look like some kind of bee NATO, but I think that was just for like the promo and stuff. It wasn't like those Sharknadoes stuff. In season 7, pirates took control of a ship looking for a digital key to cryptocurrency and then blew up a device leading the ship to capsize. In season 2, an earthquake, and even in one episode, a guy made a 100 IQ play to look up, and the frog fell right into his mouth, and then the guys had to like take it out of his throat or trachea. Uh, You're telling me 911 lost the plot? What do you mean? It's always been like this. What are you on about? You know what? We're going further. We're going further, all right? Let's see what other people were saying. Yeah, going back to the earlier seasons were better. You know what? Let's take it for granted. Let's ignore all the seasons past the first season. Let's just dial in the first season. Let's see what happens. The fourth episode of the season, there's a plane crash into the ocean, and in episode 3, a person is blown away by a gust of wind while he was in a bouncy castle. Bouncy cat? It's like a bouncy house, but I think they're the same thing. And even before that, people are trapped in a roller coaster that's mid loop, which, yeah, that probably would not make me want to go on a roller coaster, but all the other stuff is fine. I'll live. Would I? Except that one where it goes down and then makes a sharp turn and it hit my back on the road. That's probably a story for another day. And even in the first episode of 911, a panicked teenage mother prematurely gives birth to her baby. While in a panic state, she flushes down the baby down the toilet. What are we talking about? 911 lost the plot. This was always the plot. Wacky stuff happening every so often. And yes. So I don't want to hear no, because I'm going to be honest. I'm not like a ride or die 911 fan, but, and criticism is always allowed. You know what? From like internal 911 fans, sure. But for people who never watched the show and they're just talking for the sake of talking, I would just politely advise you to respectfully be quiet on the matter. Yeah, this block doesn't work. This sucks. This absolutely sucks. But I need to find some better because you know what, these two blocks, it's fine. But anything other than that, wait, why did I put this there? Also, I see a bunch of people saying someone's mom is hyped for this, and what I can say is you couldn't be more further from the truth. Me, a bloody college student, is hyped for this. And I'm gonna eat this up every single time. Every season, I'm eating it up like it's a gourmet meal. And there's nothing you can do about it, buddy. Out of my game. Actually, no, they're not really in my game. But get out of my series, buddy. Go back to your, uh, go back to Big Bang Theory and Love Island. Yeah, yeah, go back to those series. You think that's peak? Okay. Don't mind if I criticize. Or what other? Bachelor and Bachelorette. Yeah, slander. So fun. Yeah, I feel like keeping this design ish. I mean, I'll keep the yellow, but I need to find a good blocks to put in this kind of format. Otherwise, I'm kind of screwed. Well, anyways, in conclusion, 911 was playing chess while you all were playing checkers. And if there are no 911 fans alive, then I'm dead. See ya. Okay, I've been waiting for already 2 tries in this, what's it called? This spawner. And I'm trying to get a map from it, but in one of the times I actually got a key, but it didn't end up. Can you just spawn so I could destroy it? Please, thank you. Just that. Oh, that's kind of awkward. Awkward. But I want to get this key because if I don't get this key, I'm gonna have to wait another half an hour for it, and I'm not doing this again. I'm just gonna. Yo, let's go. I got a key. Okay, let me just throw all this because in the last one I got this Bastion Remnant map thingy. Now I want to be careful because I want to make sure it's not another Bastion related one. Okay, let me see. You know what? I think this might be it. I'm betting on this one. I believe. Yo, let's go. I found it. I can die happy now.